Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is, what night is this? This is Sunday night. This is Sunday night, and it's time for a little Fandomonium. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Tonight is a very special Fandomonium. It is Pokémon, as voted on by you, our audience, and I am very excited. I've been doing research, and this episode was actually written by my two very young sons, who were like, "You're doing a Pokemon episode? You gotta have this happen." And I was like, "Okay, man." And so I have that. I have my super deluxe essential Pokemon handbook that are not sponsors of the show, but I'm still going to be using the heck out of this handbook. So we've got a few announcements before we get started for tonight's episode of Fandomonium. Tonight, like I said, it's Fandomonium, but tomorrow night, Monday night, we're going to be playing some Borderlands 2. That new DLC dropped, which ties into Borderlands 3, and I am anxious to get my hands on that. So tune in to watch me kill stuff with friends. It's going to be great.
But not kill your friends.
What could go wrong?
Not kill my friends. That happens on Tuesday.
What?
During Wonder.
That was a segue?
5th
Can you
edition.
kill the Borderlands ones instead?
No, too late. You set it up.
But not kill your friends.
5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, set in Wonderland. The campaign is going well. We are about halfway through my very first dungeon that I've ever created, called the Lair of the Jabberwock. So there's a big battle coming up. Our good friend Grim, played by Chris, is busy fighting to keep the portal open for the rest of the group, including Aubrey Faith, who plays Day, who is recently a cleric of death / bard. So, so this is going to be interesting how things shake out for that group. On Wednesday night, nothing going on here on Indigo Chameleon, but on Thursday night, we have World of Warcraft. That's right. We start our Fungeon series, where we've been doing dungeons, but doing the dungeons weird. We conquered one dungeon with just fishing poles, and then another one we did like the inflatable hammer things, and then it takes like 4 hours to get through a boss battle, but we're doing it anyway because we are masochists. And then Friday is TBD. There's something I'm trying to get all of my ducks in a row before I announce it. But I'm very excited and happy to get that going. So, as you can see, joining us at the table, we have some returning guests. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves for anybody that's just meeting you for the very first time?
Hi, I'm Kenzie.
Hi, Kenzie. And
my name's Amp. What's up?
Amp. We've also got Aubrey Faith, who's going to be joining us tonight, and Chris. And now, you two are part of
Amplified Network.
Amplified Network. Okay.
So, yeah, Amplified Network. Make sure you check us out. We're actually hosting this right now on our channel, too. Amplified Network. Literally just search it on Twitch, search engine, follow over there. Just hit a follow for us. We're really close to getting to the
50 mark.
The 50 mark. We're so close. We're trying to get our 50 mark.
How about this? Guys, stay tuned to the show. After the show, we're going to do a big Indigo Chameleon push. So we'll do the big push that we did, that we do for our friends of the channel and stuff like that, and we'll get you guys to 50.
Thank you. Yeah, so, please do. Thank you guys.
So stay tuned. We'll work on that this week to get you guys up to that affiliate.
Yeah, thank you.
Member. So all of that. Do you guys have any upcoming shows where they can find you?
Make sure you check us out. Amplified Network is an actual network of podcasts, and we have a plethora of them. We have on Tuesday nights we have the Theater Goers at 8 p.m.
Theater Goers at 8. 60-minute suspension at 9.
And Wednesdays, Anime Club.
Yep,
Anime Club at 8. And then Spring Chat is at 8:30 on Thursdays. But we also have more content coming really soon. We just dropped a trailer for all of our new content. We got a new show coming out called The Sit Down. And then also another, we're doing a collaboration with another podcast. They're called The Happy Hour. Really popular more towards the Tampa area, Tampa Lakeland area. Really popular over there. So we're trying to bring them more to the Central Florida area, give them some opportunity there too. So we have a sit down, happy hour coming soon. So I mean, just check us out, man. We got a lot going on.
I like the words happy hour.
Yeah.
Hype.
I've participated in my fair share.
Yeah. So just imagine that in podcast form.
Done. It's like drinking in audio. Two great tastes that taste great together.
You'll somehow wake up hungover and don't know how it happened.
And like us on Facebook, Instagram. All that stuff. YouTube, we're on YouTube. Just all you gotta do is search Amplified Network on all of those platforms, and you'll find all of our stuff. Amplified Network, and just look for us.
Everywhere.
We're literally everywhere.
Everybody, we support. We want to support our friends. We want to make sure that things are going great for them. So please, if you're watching right now, support the AMP network. So. All of that being said, let's jump in to tonight's game. Fandomonium is a play system designed here on Indigo Chameleon by me, who is just a nerd for this sort of thing and likes designing my own play systems in my free time. As always, not as always, but since the last episode, we've switched over to the D6 format rather than D8s because one, most people have access to D6s, and two, for some reason, the math is a little easier to do for D6s than they are for D8s. I don't know why. It may just because of
The 7 that throws us off.
It's the 7. So we've switched over to that. It's these players are all going to create a character, it's usually a character name, an aspect about them, and what they want more than anything in the world. Oh, thank you so much, Blaster Dragon. Thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. We love you guys so much. Come on in. Give us a like or a follow up top. It really helps out a lot. And support
Amplified Network.
Amplified Network, please, and support them as well. But thank you. We love you guys. So these players are going to be rolling against me to try to accomplish things. It's great if they succeed in the task they set out to do. It's even funnier if they don't. Let's be completely honest. So not only do we have this rolling system established that you can find on the Discord of Indigo Chameleon, but I've given these players each a gift, a lovely, wonderful, amazing gift, which is the coin in front of them. This coin is essentially their nat 20. It's going to allow them to change the universe around them. They basically get to auto-succeed any roll, something that's very important to them. The only other time that they can auto-succeed on something that vitally is important to them, to the story, is if they choose to sacrifice themselves. Their character, they get brief control over the universe, but their character is donezo. Some people have used that to gain superpowers in a critical moment. Some people have used it to kill others.
Hi.
These
He was the bad guy.
He was a bad guy, so I'm very proud of you. So the players keep me on my toes. We are doing a Pokemon edition, written by an 8-year-old. And so I'm very excited about this. So how we're handling Pokemon edition, and the players and I talked about this, we've got 3 Pokemon, okay? So let's introduce what Pokemon that we're playing, Pokemon.
So I will be playing a Squirtle.
All right.
Very excited.
And can we hear your Squirtle voice? When you're Very good. Who else do we have?
I'm playing Eevee, a shiny Eevee.
A shiny Eevee, so very rare. Okay.
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. And what else do we have?
I'm gonna be playing Ditto.
Can we hear your Ditto voice?
Oh, it's gonna change a lot.
Okay,
so
no, that's perfect.
It will never be the same.
So we have these 3 Pokemon that are a little independent. They're a little strong-willed, so they refuse to hang out in their Pokeballs. They prefer to hang out with their good bud by the name of...
Malcolm Ambrose.
Malcolm Ambrose. Tell us a little bit about Malcolm Ambrose.
So thanks with your help, too.
Yeah.
So basically... from my understanding, Team Rocket has taken over the world.
Team Rocket in this sort of, I'm going to say it even though I feel like I win nerd points every time I say this. In this post-apocalyptic Pokemon world.
He said
Say
it.
that
He said
3
it.
times fast.
He said it.
Team Rocket has sort of taken over. This is a universe that exists without an Ash Ketchum and all the work that he has done. So in this particular world, you are all... you 3 are Pokemon, and the independent Pokemon are tending to last a little bit longer. Those refusing to be caught, a little bit wily, a little bit more powerful, or a little bit sneakier and able to turn into different things. However, even though Team Rocket has sort of taken over, there are small factions of people that have broken away from the Team Rocket family.
Case in me.
Yep.
I broke away from Team Rocket. I joined them initially because I thought that they would help me become a better Pokemon trainer. But then turns out I couldn't handle what they were doing morally, so I had to break away. And in my breaking away, I snagged 2 Pokeballs on the way out that I don't know Well, one of them's broken.
One of them is broken, and you are trying to figure out a way to restore what was in this Pokeball. The other one, you know exactly what it is.
Which is Haunter.
It's Haunter.
Yeah, my favorite.
That's your boy. That's your favorite.
Yeah.
However, you also have these 3 at your disposal.
I mean, you're all my favorite. You're all my favorite. You're all my favorite.
Now,
Ditto.
to borrow for RPG purposes, you're fired. For RPG purposes, we're gonna borrow a tiny, un poquito of Detective Pikachu, and allow the 3 of them to be able to communicate with their favorite human in this world. However, to the rest of the world, you will be Squirtle, or like Squirtle. Yeah, and we have Eevee and.
Ditto.
You gotta say it without laughing.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
So I need this to be understood. Now you can communicate with other Pokemon if you wish, Pokemon, but you cannot. These are, for some reason, these are the only 3. Even Haunter, you're having trouble.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's just these 3. It may be that they're independent. It may be the fact that this Squirtle is wearing sunglasses. Is that canon?
I mean, if he's part of the Squirtle squad, then he would be wearing sunglasses.
All right.
So
All right. So
I
here.
can go grab my sunglasses.
Here's where we are. In this version of Pallet Town, this is many months after you've sort of broken away. Okay, you've been traveling around and you've made your way to Pallet Town because you know that a lot of the facilities are being run by Team Rocket. So finding someone to repair this Pokeball, it's still kind of been stuck in the back of your head, this curiosity of like what's in here, and especially because you had the heart to leave. A part of you is worried that like this could damage the Pokemon, or that like this thing's trapped in here. Like you don't want to wish it to the same existence you sort of had. So there are rumors that here in Pallet Town there is a man who is working on the side away from Team Rocket to sort of assist the underground in ways. So to repair Pokeballs, to outfit the rebellion, as it were. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know his name yet, or no? That's something we have to.
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Okay.
Let's see how much you've picked up along your travels here.
6.
7. So, oh no, that's a 6, 8.
8.
So
Okay.
8. So yeah,
I didn't know we were counting, but sorry.
he's Professor Spruce.
Spruce.
Professor Spruce. You've heard a little bit about him and shared in smaller circles and stuff like that, and so that's who you're making your way towards.
Okay.
Okay. It's late evening. You guys are sort of camped out on the outskirts of the city. While you're camped out there, you guys kind of have this routine of like you get a fire going. These 3 sort of wander around and sort of fend for themselves. When all of a sudden, off in the brush, there is an audible snap of something moving. So what are we doing?
Did anyone hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Ditto.
Oh god. Immediately, I'm just gonna jump to my feet and just sit there and just like start scanning the perimeter.
Yeah,
and
you want
see
to look
what's
around a
going
little
on.
bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to roll for it. Or...
I need to know. Yeah, you do. I'll put some dice over on this side too. So that'll be a.
Dice. That's a 7.
Yeah, you look around and it's really dark for a second, and then you take the sunglasses off and you realize it's way easier to see
And it was friendship all
at night. Now, for the first time of many,
Oh boy.
okay, so you're sort of you're by the fire, and you guys are sort of you hear this, and this sort of slimy-looking Pokemon sort of like slithers past the campsite, and it goes over to where you are. You want to see if you can identify this thing?
Yeah.
I will give you your third, since you are a part of Team Rocket. You've probably had extensive training in identifying Pokemon and things of that sort.
9.
Roll off. Did you roll a third one?
No.
Roll a third. There you go.
9. No.
Yeah, we were tied before, so there's guaranteed. This
9, 10, 11, 12, 12.
this is a Grimer.
Oh yeah. So, question: can I catch Pokemon?
You can, however, resources are limited,
Okay,
and once
alright.
you catch one, it's yours. So I will even let you say, what, 3 Pokeballs?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. Well, no, because I have the 3 of them. I have the.
they don't.
No, but you have.
Oh yeah,
but
you.
You
Yeah,
got
yeah. 'cause
3
you don't
empty
have,
ones.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So this Grimer starts like sort of like moving past the campsite.
Ditto,
Not
you
really
want to go
paying
talk to
attention.
it? You're like pretty close
Okay.
in nature.
She'll like she can see it, so
Yeah, you can see it. It looks
Transforms.
like this.
Yeah.
It is a sludge Pokemon, and so you sort of go up to it.
hello.
Do you change into
Yes.
another Grimer? It's like, hello,
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, pleasantries are important here.
Yes, the trees are pleasant.
You snapped one. Moving. Are you running to or running from something?
I'm just moving away from the town.
That's a running from. Why?
You're kind of jerkish for a Pokemon.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
Well, the town is sort of searching for something. There's a lot of commotion.
Do you know what they're searching for?
Let's roll for me to see how, because you're not acting like you're acting aggressive, and I don't know if he's gonna buy that you're a Grimer right now. Roll again because you got doubles. We got 2 2s.
Oh, okay.
Just roll 1.
Can't take that one.
Not okay. He looks at you and he's just sort of like, no, I don't know who. They said they're looking for one of the humans.
What?
Yeah, we have a human.
Oh, do you walk over there too?
I'm just like,
Hey, Squirtle.
He sees a Squirtle, and as he looks over you walking this way, he'll look over and see the fire. I think he'll see you, and he'll immediately start attacking you
oh god.
Oh, damn.
to try to get out of the way.
It's a poison type, and I'm a wild.
It is a poison type.
good.
Okay, so let's get into battle mode. As you do this, you're going to tell me what you're going to cast here, or what move you are going to make here when you go forward. Knowing I will trust you all that you know the weaknesses and the.
There's a lot, but I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Okay.
I think Tail Whip helps reduce its attack power.
Tail whip lowers the target's defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Tail Whip.
Okay. Let's see how effective it is.
Doubles. 4.
It is not that effective. But you see it sort of like it gets hit. It's not that effective against it. So then our Grimer is going to use Bite. He's just going to walk over to you and so roll off for me here as we see. See, that's an 8 versus a 5. It's pretty effective. Squirrel, you're starting to feel the pain a little bit as this Grimer sort of has gone forward and taken a bite out of you.
Gotcha.
Give me another move right now, unless anybody is stepping up to do anything to assist.
As soon as I see that he gets attacked, I'm going to run up and use quick attack.
Okay, let's roll and see how quick attack does here.
And one of the trait for my Eevee is that she just wants to impress everyone else. So does that mean I can use
I would
her?
allow this.
Okay.
Yes, so Eevee in a dramatic move because she's a shiny Eevee will jump away from the fire, and it seems like some of the sparks of the fire will go with her as she just sort of does this for appearance reasons and uses quick attack. When she jumps, a little bit of she jumps over the fire for dramatic effect, but some of the fire catches her and it goes and it just those attacks just don't really land as well as they you would hope they would. What move are you making right now?
So if he, I'm assuming that the Grimer's still on wherever it's biting me.
Yeah.
So I want to cock my head back to wherever its head is and use Bubble Beam. And just
like
blast
almost like move your mouth over to
it's just like Exorcist, like.
this is really clever. Roll 3d6s here to see how effective this is as you sort of
6, 10, 14.
as you projectile vomit. Yes, this is super effective, and the Grimer actually, because of the water, is sort of blasted backwards and set against the tree, and yields to you, and sort of tries to like catch its breath against the tree. So for right now, it is not being aggressive.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, son.
You see a Grimer started looking a little heavy against the tree over there.
Are you fighting at all? Or?
I haven't yet, but I am going to convey to you. They're looking for a human.
He's looking pretty rough.
He's looking pretty rough.
Can I talk to him?
Yep.
You could get a translator.
Oh yeah,
but
that's right. I
You
can't
can't
talk
talk to them.
Can I talk to you to talk to him? Okay. Can you ask them? Like, I know he's beat up. Can you tell him? We come in peace. We're not trying to fight. We only fought in defense because he seemed like he was the aggressor. And then just ask him. What does he mean by the human? What human are they looking for?
Okay. A lot of words.
Sorry.
Gonna paraphrase. Excuse me, Mr. Grimer. Hello. Yes, I know we just threw you against a tree,
Yes.
which was not nice.
No.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
We're protective.
I deserve it. That's on me.
I have a question.
Question.
Yeah, so you said that they were looking for a human. Do you have like a description of the human, or like what kind of human? Like
The Forsaken.
he says, the Forsaken.
For a second, can I do a?
You want to see if you recognize
Like,
this
see if
term?
yeah.
Yeah. See if you recognize it.
4.
Nope. No, you don't know what the Forsaken is, or if it's in reference to you. You think it might be. I mean, it's quite possible, or it could be the guy that's been sort of working around with people, like to work actively against Team Rocket.
All right. Ask him if we stop attacking him, will he stop attacking us?
Oh, for Squirtle.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so so I believe this is an extra dice for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so on a roll of your choosing, you get to add an extra dice to a roll.
Thanks,
So thank you, Alcaboose Bender. Yeah.
Back to Grimer. She's gonna. So the Forsaken. Wait, what was your question again?
No, I was just saying,
If we stop attacking you, will you stop attacking us? The human wants to know. I think this is a stupid question. You've already said no. Like you said, it was on you, and I want you to know that I'm on your side at this point.
You're an odd Pokemon.
Yes.
I appreciate your candor. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. And he sort of like bows to you and sort of turns and sort of makes his way off
One
into
more question.
He turns around.
If one were to show you this Forsaken, would you recognize them?
I'm not sure.
She's gonna extend some grime and point like real big to this person.
Like, oh, you're just gonna point over to the human?
Yeah.
Okay. How about this? This is a role. I've never had to have somebody do this. This is a role to make you look unassuming. You're caked in dirt. You're by a fire. You've been talking via her. As he sort of turns and starts coming towards you, this is a, hey man, we cool. Like, everything's fine. I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
like so roll just to see how chill, how small you can make yourself
7,
right now.
8.
Yeah, you know what? You come forward and you kind of do this thing that you remember seeing Team Rocket do when they were trying to get somebody's trust, but you're actually genuine when it comes to it. You take your belt off that has the Pokeballs attached to it, and you put it to the side and you sort of kick it away from you. So it's almost like to say, listen, I'm not going to do anything, and you keep your hands here. Grimer comes forward towards you and he looks at you, and then he looks at the belt, and he goes, yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's him.
No, that's him.
He's saying your belt is him.
I take off the broken ball and show it to them. Is this what they're looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I
Oh,
needed
boy.
to translate that last part.
I don't think you did either. Well, thank you, Grimer.
And Grimer sort of turns around and like gets a little ways away, then stops and was like, "Are you gonna do the thing where I walk away?" And you're like, "I've got one more thing."
Do you want me to? I can.
No.
I'm pretty good at being what people want me to be. Okay, bye.
So they already know my backstory,
Back down
right?
to
Because they're my
ditto.
Pokemon. Or?
Would you have shared it with them in your travels, in your sort of like in the trenches fighting?
Maybe not. Because I'm trying to get rid of it. Like I'm not trying to be a part of it.
So this would be us knowing you for you,
Yeah.
and not for like
Yeah,
your
from my
team
past.
rocket,
Yeah, you know what? It's weird. You get this weird sense of like that something's up, and you guys have been traveling with him for a while, and it's fine. Like it's good, but like, but you're not sure what the deal is.
So would you say that because you can understand us,
Yeah.
do we have a language between us that we could speak?
Oh, you guys
outside
want to be
of?
able to talk like outside of
You're
it?
like, bro, for real though, he's acting strange.
Sure, I will allow this. For some reason, you're always able to understand them, but he turns to her and he's like, "Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle, Squirtle," and you're like, "Oh, that's just rude."
Why is he acting so strange?
I don't know.
Why is he going to the ball? It's like
I
a
don't know.
Pokeball.
Well, we don't live in one of those, so I don't really know how they work that well, other than they capture things. I'd like to think that maybe it's like a situation where something is in there that doesn't belong in there.
Well, he's taken care of us so far, so I can trust him.
I say trust him. He doesn't seem like he's being that weird. We just got attacked.
No, but the Pokeball doesn't work. That's weird.
Well, you're kind of weird. You wear sunglasses all the time. Why are we gonna judge him for this?
And your face is weird, so...
Hey, that's rude.
Guys,
Squirtle.
Alright, guys.
They finish their conversation, and you guys are kind of gathered around the fire. Is attention high right now? Like, is this a normal occurrence? Do you think?
Like getting attacked by random Pokemon?
Yeah.
I would assume that in the world, like, confrontations with other Pokemon would be pretty normal.
I will say I'm apprehensive about telling them about the Pokeball yet. I don't want to say anything yet.
Sure.
So I would say I'm a little bit higher of a stress level.
It's another hour goes by, and as the fire's getting like dim, it's getting real late at night now. I don't know if it's something where you guys would have watches or things like that at night and things of that sort, but I would say right before everybody goes to sleep that night, you hear indescript like shouting.
Like far from a distance?
Like from a distance, it sounds like people like it's that let it go. You're picking up like random words every now and then of people like screaming.
Squirtle, put out the fire.
Gonna take the place of the clown of my nightmares.
just chilling, rocking like and just gonna do another exorcist moment. Just
Squirtle, fire.
use one of them.
The fire is out.
I'm gonna find like the nearest tree and just try to like curl up by the tree and make myself as small as possible.
Yeah, you know what? This is actually okay. Roll 2d6s for me.
8.
Yeah, this would normally work if you weren't a shiny Pokemon, which you have established. So you're like, I'm hiding. And you guys all look over, and the only source of light right now is the little sparkles coming forth from me. She's like, shh.
Can I want to turn down into a Bulbasaur, and I'm gonna actually use my vines to like kind of wrap around her and myself to hide a little bit.
I would say you can either hide yourself with the vines, or you can hide her with the
I'm a
vines.
Bulbasaur. I belong in this grassy area, so I'm gonna hide the shiny thing.
Okay, you're like, I'm hiding. Slowly. Like you're just like the vines cover you.
She's just like, I'm helping.
Yeah,
You're doing great, sweetie.
Can they understand my haunter?
they can.
Okay. Can I send my hunter to kind of, because he's a ghost, so he can hide.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
send
yeah.
him-
You take your Pokeball and Hunter, I choose you, and they're like, you don't have to say that.
It's actually
You're
kind
the
of
only
demeaning.
one.
It's
Like,
redacted.
we're appreciative that you've chosen us, but also we have to choose you back. So like, it's a little demeaning that it's all one-sided.
Well, he's kind of a ghost, so it's and
Hunter.
it's late at night,
Yeah.
so it kind of makes sense.
Hunter pops out. Hey, you guys, how's it going?
So
What's up?
The party's here.
What's happening?
Can you?
Hiding.
Can one of you guys point him in the direction of the
Yes.
sound and just
There's
tell
some
him
voices out there in the dark.
recon? Tell him to
You can't
recon.
even see me.
You're right, Evie. And he will go, yeah, and he kind of goes invisible. Like he goes full ghost here.
ghost.
Hunter disappears for a little bit,
Oh boy.
and he comes back, and he's like, "You're not gonna like it.
What's up?
There's a bunch of Team Rocket, like flashlights, looks like little mini like flying robot things, and they're searching the forest.
And how many of them are there?
A lot.
What are they searching for?
I have no idea.
There's a lot of Team Rocket out there.
They're searching for things
And they
with
have
big
they are.
big
robots.
robots.
I'm hiding.
How far away from the city are we?
I would say you're a good hour. So think of it this way. Where like you guys are here. He says Team Rocket's coming this way into the woods, but you think that there's like this like river that goes along this way, and you've kind of been traveling along with the river, and the river ends in the town. So it's possible if you started moving now and got to the river and just kind of followed it straight into town. The problem is the freaks come out at night. Like, it's either risking the Team Rocket that's coming in from this direction, or maybe some of the wilder Pokemon that are nocturnal that are out there.
We can't go to the Team Rocket. We got to go to the river.
So
If you guys are okay with it, we got a water.
I can swim.
We got a water, so
But-
you can watch the water, and then you can kind of transform into what we find, and then you're just a light, so we'll never get lost because you're just shiny. And then I got
I
Haunter
am
on the
shiny.
background, so
She says, I am shiny, but it's more like, oh, I'm shiny.
And Bulbasaur's just gonna pet her head with the end of a vine.
Hunter can watch from the air.
I just think it's better if we just take the water. We leave now.
Yeah, man, I got you.
We try to get to the
I'm
city.
just gonna just take off running into the water and just cannonballs.
Okay, so let's say this. It's about like 20 or 30 minutes till you finally get to the water, but sure enough, you get to the river. And you haven't heard any of the shouting or anything like that. Maybe off in the distance, it's so dark and your fire is out that you do see that random thing like where people have flashlights, but they're from a distance. And it almost looks like the trees are like momentarily on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
With the, but you guys make it to the river.
Nice.
Okay.
You're just jumping in the water?
But do your
Let's see.
glasses turn to goggles?
You don't know why these glasses seem permanently affixed to his head. Like at one point, you came over and took the glasses off, and there was an even
Another
smaller pair of sunglasses underneath. So you don't know what's going on with the glasses, but it seems to be like a legit thing.
Sweet. So then, yeah, I'm gonna start. I would assume that being a water type Pokemon, I can kind of tell like currents, where things are coming from, where things are going, which
Sure.
direction we might need to go in. Maybe?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a 2d6 right here. Let's see how the universe treats you right now.
That is gonna be a 9.
I got a 9 as well. Roll off.
2 or 1.
Just one.
5.
So unfortunately, the current is not with you on this one. It's flowing away from where the town is rather than towards. But you get in the water and you're like, yeah, the water's going that way. And everybody kind of stops and looks at you.
You're like,
We can see the city lights, dude.
just me in the water going like this. The water's going this way. Yeah. Oh, shit.
And you kind of jump out of the water. You do see up ahead of you, the water is kind of stopped. Like it's almost like there's a large like lake, and like the riverbed is almost like stopped at a little point.
Okay. But if the current is going the opposite direction, we need to go with the current or against it.
You need to go against the
Then
current.
I could use surf, and I can make my way up the current because that at least
Absolutely. So
granted-
Squirtle offers to scout ahead and surf and see if
Squirtle.
he's done anything.
Well, you've already done it. Squirtle, we should have talked about this.
Surfing montage. Roll for surfing montage just for fun.
That is going to be a 10.
Yep, it is the best surfing montage. That's a 6, homie.
That's
These
a
are
7.
D6s.
I was just saying, I was like, wow.
That's a 9. No, it is
That
not.
is difficult.
It's still a great surfing montage.
Like,
In this very dramatic moment, there's he's all of a sudden he's got a surfboard, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and glasses, and you're very confused. Like, where did he?
My blonde hair is just like flowing. Like, how do you get a wig?
So you're surfing in the water up the river, and you guys are not too far away from him. It's a little.
I'm like prancing down like next to the river.
You seem to find the one sort of path that is remotely close to a dirt runway as you walk or walk with the water. You are going. Give me a stability check as you see if you can stop yourself.
4.
Do you want to channel an aspect of your Squirtle right now and add another aspect to this? I would say this move is within your wheelhouse, so I would allow you to add another dice to this.
All right, here we go.
All right.
2.
So that's 6 total.
I'm going to tell you this now. You don't know what's happening. However, Eric did grant you another dice that you can use here, or you can wait till you know exactly the situation that's happening.
I think I'll wait because I don't want to use it on a.
Okay, there's something where you're confused. Okay, so you are going forward, and as you go forward, there is a blue sort of thing that reaches out of the water, grabs onto your foot, and drags you into the water at a certain point. Like your movement stops, and
Can I see this?
you see just the glimpse of him being like, come on, surfing down, everybody, like, boom, and he's pulled in the
Do
water.
I see this?
You do. Squirtle is pulled under the water.
Thank God I can breathe underwater. Underwater.
I'm going to jump in the water
Okay.
and go after him.
I love this so much. Okay.
And so you just see like my glowing body jumping into the water.
Okay.
You want to turn into a water type?
Yeah, I was gonna. After I see her, I'm gonna jump into the water as Vaporeon.
Nice.
Okay.
Showing me up.
Show up.
Now, I'm going to tell you this now. You always have the option of turning into Vaporeon. But once that change is made, you are stuck, my dude.
And there's
And-
a lot of evolutions.
And the one thing that my Eevee really, really wants is to evolve into an Espeon.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right.
I'm not gonna. do
Okay,
that.
so you jump in the water. As you jump in the water, Squirtle, you see yourself being thrashed around. You sort of run to the water's edge where you saw them sort of like swimming towards. You're in a sort of larger part of the river, and even though there's current going, you're feeling yourself sort of stuck to this area. And you look down and you see this vaguely serpentine body with a blue tail and a sort of like little things attached to the tail, sort of looking at you with these like dark eyes.
What's the deal? Let me go.
This is
I don't
why.
like it.
Why are you here?
I'm just passing through.
We must protect the group.
Well, group? We are my group or your group?
My group. You have a group?
You have a group?
And, you guys see this Pokemon holding Squirtle, and they seem to be having this bubbly conversation. Yeah. How many are in your group?
Well, first of all, we're not here to hurt you. So,
Tr-
numbers don't matter.
Try to convince her.
Oh, that's a 12.
Roll again. Roll one of the dice again. Every time you roll doubles.
2.
2. Okay, that's a
So-
2 versus 5.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or 12.
14.
Yeah, 12 plus
14.
2. 14 versus 5.
Math.
She's like, well, you are wearing sunglasses, so you seem trustworthy.
I'm going to give her to take off a pair of sunglasses, having another pair.
The Dragonair will take will take the sunglasses and put them on. She says, how do I look?
Fantastic.
She will poke her head out of the water and see you sort of running forward. Are you still wearing Team Rocket
No.
insignia?
No, I've moved on. I'm trying to move away from that life.
Because we don't know that he was.
Yeah, they don't even
Yeah.
know that I'm part of it.
And says, you have a trainer.
We have a human.
You adopted him?
Well, it's more like we kind of all adopted each other.
Is Squirtle okay? Like, do I see Squirtle okay?
You don't. You just see
Okay.
this Dragonair's head, like, sort of like...
They're all in the water too, aren't they?
Yeah.
So no one's around me.
So when
Crap.
Dragonair pops up, just be like, "Hi," but not wave because.
Yeah, because you're in the water.
Hi. Hi.
Dragonair will actually come out of the water at this point. And the two of you can either come out of the water or not, or you're
Oh.
there as well.
Can I do like a Ninja Turtle thing where at the final where they fought Shredder and they come like shells poking up out of the water and they're just kind of like just bouncing in the water?
You're gonna do the yes, that's fine. She sees what you're trying to do, and she may even try to because your roll was so high. Like she may even try to skip you across the water if you're into it. Like,
Totally.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey!
So she comes out of the water as well.
Okay.
She says, "Why are you here?
Looks like we're trying to go back to Pallet Town.
Why are you?
Squirtle, are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay? All right.
great.
You're on an adventure
We're on an
to
adventure
Pallet Town.
to Pallet Town.
There's a good man at Pallet Town,
There is?
That's why we're going to Pallet Town.
Do you know the name of this good man?
Dr. Spruce."
Dr. Spruce.
Dr. Spruce.
Spruce.
What is he saying?
Dr. Spruce.
He knows Dr. Spruce?
Dr. Spruce.
She? He? She?
She is the sister of Professor Oak.
She's the sister of Professor Oak.
Professors.
Is this
She says that
Problem?
he's good, or that she's good.
No. Not even remotely.
You know, I don't feel like I believe that, and I'm really good at being other things and people, deception and all that. So,
There is a sound that emanates from the Pokemon on the shore, and a colony starts pouring out of the water. It's like 12 or 13
Dragonairs?
Dragonairs. All various sizes, some smaller, some larger.
Squirtle, ask if one
I
of
get
them wants
really
to come with
excited
us.
and I'm like, "Hey, hey, hey!" To like all of them as they're like coming out.
Squirtle, ask him if one of them
A
want to
lot
come with us.
of, give me a
please.
roll just to see how, like, hi.
9.
Yeah, you know what? I think they're into it. They're not afraid of you. They're just sort of like the little ones are sort of like moving around you. And then there is a moment where they all sort of stop and look, and the main one that's been talking and says, "Well, you can come out and say hello if you would like as well." And the river stops flowing.
Oh boy.
And a very large Pokemon exits out from the lake.
It's a Dragonite.
You would think that, as a incredibly large Gyarados exits the lake and stops swimming around, creating the current, and makes his way over towards the shore. And this thing is towering.
I want to run over and just jump up and grab your collar, like,
Get down, stupid.
and pull him down and be like, sitting like this.
What's happening?
It's a Gyarados. Get down.
So he bows.
she's hopping out of the water, and she's gonna bow as well.
You're just saying hi.
Hi. Hello.
The Gyarados says, "Greetings, little ones."
Can I sit up now?
You're so big. It's so cool. What's it like to be that big?
Troublesome. You are little. Is he good?
He is good. He's with us. He's great. He's fantastic. He's great. You're gonna love him.
I'm just gonna like just walk behind, just keep doing the same like regurgitation of like he's good. No, you're gonna love him. Just gonna keep pushing him towards the Gyarados, the edge of the water.
You're pushing him?
Yeah, just go say hi. Just go.
Okay. Bro, you get pushed towards the water and you are looking up at this thing.
Hey, what's up, big guy?
I'm gonna run up and like jump on his shoulder.
Give me 3d6 then as you're assisting him. You don't have to roll.
Okay.
This is just he's good people. Like,
9, 10.
roll again. Roll me one more.
Like all three or just...
Just one.
1. So 10.
He gets real close.
Oh my god.
And you feel this weird growly sound come from the back of his throat.
Yeah.
Almost like a cat or something like that purr, that like something's vibrating in this thing. And it's and he will look at you and just sort of nod his head.
So when this is happening, I'm like, that's really cool noise. How'd you make that? Can you teach me?
Is he talking? Like, is he talking at all?
Not in this form.
Just
Okay.
be calm.
Yeah, I'm not.
Rise.
No.
Wait,
Rise,
Then
Pokemon.
I'm just gonna grab him by the chin and just like slowly as high as I can.
Yeah.
Just tilt your head up and like stand up. Stand
Hey,
up.
buddy.
hold up. This form? Question mark?
You would have to be like me.
Cool. She's gonna hop in the water and then come back out as Gyarados.
Okay. So at one part of the river is Gyarados. And then at the other part, like, there's a fully formed Gyarados. Now, I need you, this is going to take a lot of energy. Because you are used to changing into smaller ones before. I want to see how sleepies you get doing this. So go ahead and roll 2d6s for me to see how long it takes to maintain the gargantuan size. Think a little size of the Ditto,
Right,
stretching
right.
and stretching.
Right. I also dove into the water beforehand as a water Pokemon, into a water Pokemon, where it is my element. Therefore, the water actually powers me up and makes me stronger.
It would if a Ditto was a water Pokemon, but
Okay.
you have to change back to Ditto in order to change into Gyarados. But I love where your head is at. Freaking Bard. Yeah, you know what? You form a full-fledged Gyarados, and it's good. You don't know how long you can hold this form, but it's good.
So, like you. Yeah?
Nothing like me, but close.
Do you know Professor Spruce?
Yes, he is a good man. Make your way up the river. You now have safe passage.
Wait, we just asked him. We just take this river all the way to him. Like,
Ride your Gyarados.
Hi. She shakes with the
okay,
fin
I
tail.
get on the Gyarados.
Thank you.
Yes. And he will nod his head.
The one that I give the glasses to, I just want to run over and be like, fist bump, although I know they can't, with the exception of like the tail. Just give a little tail wag.
I think she will do the tail wag, and then she will look over at the Gyarados, and then look back at them and says, "Should we go with them? Is it time to leave the safety of the river?" And Gyarados looks over at all of them and says, "I'm not sure."
Why don't you come around?
Talking to the Dratini. Or the Dragonair, when I was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragonair.
Yeah, Dragonair.
You can come with us.
All right, so I see the Gyarados a little weary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you. Can you ask the Gyarados if everything's okay? If they're like hiding here specifically, or if
You
know.
have a large family here. You're safe in numbers. Are you okay?
We must look after each other.
Well, of course. Well,
The strong must look after the weak.
what are you hiding from?
We are hiding from the unspoken. The creatures that are of us, but not of us.
A type of Pokemon, but not a Pokemon. But maybe a Pokemon.
ask him if he knows anything about Team Rocket.
Do you know anything about Team Rocket?
You got it.
Give me 2d6.
That is going to be a 9.
The rest of the Pokemon poof. Like they go,
Scatter.
they scatter. As they scatter, the Gyarados sort of like hunkers. You're like, it looks like it gets a little firm, and it cocks its head.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
over
whoa,
to
whoa,
the
whoa,
human.
whoa, whoa!
And you see it prepare.
Crap!
Oh, God. There's only so many attacks I can protect you from. From a Gyarados.
You hear that same noise again. You hear that same noise sort of tickling at the back of its throat as it gears up
I wish I
to
was electric.
Okay.
do some sort of
Squirtle,
attack.
real quick, tell
And
him
then
we are. I'm not Team Rock. Tell him we are not. Like, plead that to him.
The
we
other
are not.
Gyarados is gonna get in front of them and do
Okay.
the same, like,
No, don't do that, Ditto. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm into this. I'm into this so much. Yeah.
Ditto. And
You're like,
that's what.
You're like, hang on, guys, let's not
Like,
escalate this.
not even in a matter of like, please do not touch them. Like, let's not go
All right,
with this.
roll. Let's see what happens here. You do the move, and it knows it could probably take you. Like, it knows that you're posing right now. But you defending him is enough for it to calm down.
Okay.
And he goes,
No.
leave this place. Be wary. Find your professor.
How are we close to Paladin Town?
No, ask him where the professor lives. Like, are we on the right river?
Where does the professor live?
He is in a small hut on the outskirts of the woods, on the outskirts of the town. Follow the river as far as you can. You will find a gnarled oak tree. Past the oak is the small house.
Thank you.
We need to go that way.
She's getting in the river and she's like putting her head down for them to climb up on.
Give me another d6. 2d6. Yeah, you hit your limit. You're
Cool.
like you're kind of going, and then you're like, oh, like this is like, I feel like I busted like a rotator cuff or something. Like, this thing is like
Climbing out.
way bigger than I am.
That's happening. You're like, can we come back and play sometime?
Yes, give me. roll another d6 because that really taps into your like performance side of things.
8.
Yep. He's like, yes, we shall play hide
Okay.
and seek. And he disappears into the water.
Oh, bummer. All
I
right.
feel like he's really good at hide and seek.
All right. We should keep going.
Yeah, I'm already walking.
We should keep going.
Okay, you're walking, you follow the river, and you do what he says. You kind of follow it to where it sort of ends, this little reservoir, and you look now at the bottom, and you see this thing sort of moving around, sort of swirling the river around, and causing this current to flow and to keep people from like using it to have a stationary point to catch Pokemon. As you go past it, you're walking in the woods, and there's ambient noise all the time. You guys know this, like as you walk in the woods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Until all of a sudden, there's not. Where things get quiet. And Haunter floats down a little bit. And he's like, there's something moving the trees.
Moving the trees, or like
There's something in the trees
in the trees. Okay.
causing it to go like this.
Is
like-
it on
it's
this
a-
side of the river or the other side of the river?
It's heading towards you guys, and it's doesn't make me feel good.
Is it big?
I don't know.
We could take it.
Squirtle haunches down, like and sort of stands up.
Squirtle, what are you doing?
There's something coming. It could be big.
All right.
I don't think keep
You're
moving.
not big.
I say as I hop on his shoulder and again try to make myself
you hop on his
small.
shoulder. Where are you, Ditto?
Ditto's probably like right next to his ankle, like just walking alongside him.
Cool. So you stop as the Pokemon sort of get in their distinctive spots. Squirtle interposing himself in between you and whatever's about to come at you. You like Ditto sort of wrapped around your feet or next to you, like at your side, and Eevee sort of tucked into your shoulder, like a little like little like cat or dog. Like we've got this. We.
What is our environment right now? Like just trees? That's it.
You're kind of in these like this grove of trees until you feel it too. You feel like
Do I see anywhere where we can hide?
a pressure change, an air shift change.
Can we hide in the water?
The water is a little ways back, but you could head back towards the water. But you're not sure of whatever's coming, if it would get to you before you hit the water. Yeah, you know what? Look around, see if you can find a place to hide. I would say you've been on the run so long that you're getting really good at finding places to hide too. So roll another one to channel that aspect.
So what's the total
It's 4.
between all three?
5.
Unfortunately, you scope around the area and there's not there.
Can I just sit there and
Unless you
start-
want to succeed this, you always have the option of auto succeeding here and finding a spot, cashing that coin in.
Can I sit there and start like throwing?
Wait, didn't
dirt and
that
whatever?
kill me?
No.
No,
No.
The
It's
coin is
that
just an
or-
auto succeed.
Oh, okay.
Can you start doing what?
Can
Squirtle?
I, so if I spit some water on the ground, can I like start like making mud and just like painting him like in mud just to kind of like camouflage him?
You want to go full predator?
dude?
Yeah, you know what? Let's try it out. Let's see how quickly you can do
So as
this.
soon as he starts
That's
doing that, I'm
10.
gonna jump off of his shoulder,
Yeah, you don't want to get mud on
and
you.
I'm gonna like go up against a tree again and be like,
Squirtle, you start.
Just like
So
Squirtle, what do you? Oh! I love it. Yes, keep doing that.
from about the head to about like the arms. I'd say you get the head and the arms, and then it gets cold, gang. Like real cold, and there's a little bit of moon coming in, but that moon like gets cut off. So now it's getting cold and dark.
damn.
And
Crushed.
when Haunter said, like, there was something moving in the trees, you misheard him. He said there was something moving the trees. And up ahead, you see one of the trees that just kind of goes like, as something shoulders its way off to the side. Like, and another shoulder comes in and just sort of
Is there anything
off
like
to the side.
around? Like if it's coming through the tree line, I mean, is there anything we can go around it at all? Like kind of
or
sneak
like
around
move
it?
like farther into the trees, like to the side.
True.
Sure. You know what? Everybody's doing this. So let's see how sneaky everybody is right now. You are not going to be that sneaky. You're sparkly. You might
Can
have
I
a
put her
shot
under
at
my
this.
shirt? Is she small enough?
Yeah, you know what? Don't make the roll then. You're going off of his.
Yeah.
Okay? You roll 3 here. You roll 2. You roll 2.
8.
9.
12, 13.
You guys start getting real quiet and start sneaking off to the sides of things and trying to make your way off to the side. But it's this odd thing of like whatever is coming in, it's starting to like it stops moving when you start moving, and then the minute you stop because you're like I think we're far enough away, you feel it shift off to the side to follow you. Do you know what I mean? So if you guys scoot left, it stops moving until you stop, and then.
So if we keep moving, is it gonna stop? Like if we just like book it towards the river, is it gonna just chill there until we get to the river?
I think we should just wait.
But if
But
we
he
wait,
knows
then
where
it
we
moves, and if
are.
we move, it stops.
I would like to argue that this thing can hear us.
This thing breaks through the tree line at this point, and it is a large. Okay, so it's almost reptilian, but it's got like pale skin, a long tail, and it's encased in this giant blue sort of translucent bubble, but it's large. Okay, it's got almost like feline ears. It's got like a pale skin to it. But it's covered in a dark energy that seems to leak off of it.
Oh shit.
I would give you a chance to identify this because you might know what this is.
Would you have a Pokedex?
I mean, I would think so, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be a Pokemon trainer, so I would have one. 4,
Roll an extra one.
5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
Yeah, you know what? You heard stories that they caught a big Pokemon. Like there was a day where you were with Team Rocket where they were talking about Meow or Mew or like, but that's all you got of it. It might have been Mew, like something along those lines, and like they were experimenting with it.
Oh boy. Squirrely, you want to try and talk to me?
Squirtle. Yeah, so it's now in front of us, or
It is in your space, and it's just sort of like studying all of you. And every once in a while, these large eyes will like blink, and as they do, it's almost like little drips of water will come out, but it's a dark shadow energy that sorts to like drop out of its eyes, hits the ground, and then
We're just looking for Professor Spruce. That's all we're doing.
Hey, I'm here for the usurper.
The usurper?
So I hop down, like, out of his shirt and, like, hide behind him and, like peek out to try to, like, see if he might want to be my friend. And decide that he probably doesn't want to be my friend and then go back to hiding behind him.
Give me the Pokeball.
He wants the Pokeballs.
The Hunter's Pokeball? What did Hunter do?
What do you want with the
Hunter,
Pokeballs?
Hunter, what'd you do?
I was promised freedom if I could recover it.
Freedom from who?
It is apparently a great weapon. One that
Tell him I don't have one.
Oh, now you want us to lie for you. Oh,
You don't know he's lying.
We know he has a Pokeball, though, right?
He does have a Pokeball, but this thing's busted. It couldn't mean that one.
He only has a broken one. That's why we're out here.
We don't like
Give me a. You got sunglasses, so I'll let you roll a third one here.
That's a 9.
All right.
Oh, a third one. That's gonna be the 13. Thank you.
He looks over at you and will bring up a sort of blackened fist that seems to radiate from him and be part of him and bring it smashing down towards you.
I'm
Straight
gonna
up.
use dash and just like pop out of the way.
Sure.
At this point, Ditto is turning into Jigglypuff.
Okay.
And she...
What the hell?
Everybody close your ears! And she
Close
starts
my ears.
singing Rest. Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Cover my ears.
I
Let's-
don't have a way to cover my ears,
let's
so
see
now
how
I'm
this-
snoring behind him.
Okay. Yes, and this is great. You don't have to. Perfect. Love it.
Roll. 9.
Yeah. You dodge out of the way. She changes into Jigglypuff. You go crap, and you like put your hands
Yeah.
over your ears.
As do you, because you can.
Yeah. Give me 3 here. This is. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is a
I
big
don't
roll.
think she's smart enough.
This is a big roll. When you say big, do you mean like...
It's up to you.
Why not roll first and see how you...
No, because I've had this planned in my brain since before we started. So.
Damn it. Okay. The large demonic dark Mewtwo falls asleep and hits the ground and lays there in front of you.
And Ditto goes and draws a beard and
What are we
mustache on
doing?
it.
You think I can catch it? It's
I
asleep.
did just battle it.
It's asleep.
You have 1 broken Pokeball, 3 that are empty, and they're just Pokeballs.
Ditto's gonna go over with the microphone in his face. What's in the Pokeball?
Well, hopefully this guy soon after I catch him.
Are you throwing?
What's
Oh, God.
in the Pokeball?
I'm gonna throw it.
These
Yeah.
are straight
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna
These
throw
are
it.
straight
I'm
up
throwing it.
contested. I'm doing 3 because he's a big dude. Okay,
So,
roll
3.
there.
Use the coin.
That's huge.
That's big. You also just had a Pokemon
Do you
battle,
want this?
So
No, I don't want this. You talked me out of it. I can't do it.
Dude, this
No,
is you.
dude.
This is you as a trainer.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Massive, so pooping massive. I'm sorry.
12, 13.
I had the double. The first one doesn't hit. Like it gets popped in, and there's a doo-doo, doo-doo, and the Pokeball just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So that's 1 down.
Okay.
Here's a question.
You've got-
Can we use our coin for somebody else?
I would allow it, but you have to tell me how your presence allows him to make this.
You're
dash.
asleep.
In this case, I can't do anything because I'm passed out.
Right. But you could. Oh, so you've got 2 Pokeballs left.
I would like to argue that I did just battle this thing and make sure that it was unconscious for him to.
My dude, that is the reason it is asleep at the moment and allowing him to catch it.
That's why I'm.
So you have done.
He adds a dice. Billy hates me.
You used your coin to take my legendary boss battle and nerf it immediately.
Wait, I have an idea how I can help. The sound of my snoring helps calm him.
The sound of your snoring
This is the
calms him enough. You know what? Whoa! Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are playing Fandomonium. Thank you. I don't know who rated, but we got a lot of viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give us a like or a follow. We're playing a Pokemon game of Fandomonium. Okay, so here's what happens. Give me this coin. This beautiful creature next to you, this Eevee of transcendent glory and love and peace and grace, starts snoring, and for some reason you take that second Pokeball and sort of underhand loop it, and you don't know what happens. You don't know if some of the sparkles, because she's a shiny Pokemon, get mixed in with that Pokeball, or what happens if the snoring is just so pretty that even in the moonlight, she paints such an ethereal picture. This Pokeball flies forward and boops it right on the snoot. And for some reason, here on Indigo Chameleon, the boop snoot carries with it an ungodly power the likes of which the world has never seen. And the boss that I had set up for you, this demonic presence, is now caught in the cheapest of Pokeballs. Not even a Master Ball. The little red and white dinky number on clearance. And you catch my legendary Pokemon.
What is it?
It is...
Oh, we still don't know,
You can
I guess.
add that into it as a demonic Mewtwo.
Okay.
A Mewtwo infused with
Nice.
dark
Thank you.
energy that is now
You're
belonging
asleep, but
to
thank
you. You guys are in the. I hate you all. I hate you all.
And we're high-fiving over the DM's head.
And we
Two,
broke the game.
2 coins were used in order to make people sleepies. 2 coins were used because you wanted to put something to sleep, and you sleep really good. So, do you wake her up before you travel onward?
No, so
I'll leave her. I'll let her sleep.
I'm gonna run over and grab your marker that you drew faces on, and I'm just gonna take it from you and just put an M on the Pokeball.
All right, the Pokemon.
Lollipop, jiggly.
Oh, dang it. Oh, my God. I'm going to pee myself. Okay. You draw a
Jiggly very
giant...
mad.
You just draw a giant M on this ball, and there's a moment where Squirtle sort of looks at everybody, and he's like, And I will say it does not. He even for added effect takes off one of his sunglasses that magically replenishes and puts it on the Pokemon.
Thanks, buddy.
He's like, yeah, for funsies, I'm gonna hold
Thanks,
on
buddy.
to that.
Thanks, buddy.
You have 1 Pokeball.
One left.
Damn it, you guys.
And I'm taking my mic/marker back and bopping you on the head with it.
All right. You guys start making your way forward, and sure enough, at the end of this clearing is that building that you were told about. It's very bare bones. It's very sort of like not a lot going on. And there is somebody at the front porch. She's wearing a white jacket. She's got sort of long white hair, and she's got a symbol on the jacket, and she's got a little like tag. Her hair's sort of like tied up in a bun on top of her head, but you can see faint traces of pink in the little bun on top of her head.
Hunter, go scout ahead. Go look around.
Yeah, he's my Pokemon. Thank you, Squirtle.
I want to say that at this point, when Haunter was freaked out, he went back into the
Yeah.
Pokeball.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he's not like you guys.
Am I too far where I can't see the symbol, or can I roll for a check to see if I
Roll
can see
for a
the symbol?
check to see if you can see what this symbol is.
1 or 2?
2 here. You would not have training in this with your Team Rocket training.
8. Oh, wait, double.
Roll again. Yep.
6.
Yeah, honestly, no, because you got 8 and then
Oh,
you add the
plus-
2.
okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, this is the old Poke Centers, like the old
Okay,
centers
okay.
and stuff like that. And she looks across the way at you, and as she comes out, she turns and looks over her shoulder,
and she says, "Get in the house. Get in the house. I was told you were coming." And you see a little Grimer sort of like moving their way off past
Hey.
the area.
Am I still asleep?
She's still asleep.
You're still asleep.
Okay. Are you? So you're just like carrying?
Does she see all of us or just like me?
She sees all of you,
Okay.
and she's motioning you forward.
I'm just gonna start going through the house.
As you start running towards the house, you hear that shouting pick up again, and it seems like it's coming towards the house.
We run in. Let's
Yeah.
go. It's all good.
You guys,
Yeah, Evie.
you guys get close to this house, and inside the house is a very odd sort of setup. You see all this weird machinery that looks like it's been repurposed from the old Pokemon centers that were used to heal Pokemon and things of that sort. However, the one thing that's different is this sort of blue, like cylindrical, like portal in the middle of this area. You've never seen anything like it. But amidst it, there are Pokemon very similar to all of you, sort of running rampant. You see a Pikachu off in the corner that's sort of like charging the machine occasionally. You see a Mr. Mime who's working on a few things like over there. You even see some odd, you see a Rockruff. You see something that you're not able to understand what it really is. You see a Spinnerack that seems to be working to piece together clothing and things of that sort. So as you are working hard on this particular, like to get in the room, the woman that let you in, closes the door and says, "We don't have much time. Do you have it?
What?
The ball. Do you have it?
What ball?
The broken ball.
Who are you?
Oh, yes. Yes. I am the sister to Professor Oak.
You're the sister of Professor Oak. What's your
Yes.
name?
I am Joy.
Joy Oak. Where's
They know me as Spruce here. I had to sort of hide my identity in any way that I could.
Where's Professor Oak?
He is dead. He was captured by Team Rocket.
He's dead and is captured by Team Rocket. Yeah, I was gonna just say that. I was literally gonna say that. Can you wake her up?
You smack
Can-
me, and I like bite
so-
you.
Can you go just ask around, just kind of
Yeah.
investigate the situation?
Yeah, I can do that.
She
you.
looks around and she says, "Can you talk to them?"
It's like a mental thing. It's not like an audible thing. You know, I just like do one of these things and they just know.
She picks it up. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's looking around and it's like, inside that Pokeball that you have is something that we have been trying to get a hold of. That this world should not be. Team Rocket should not be a part of this world. There is another world similar to ours where Pokemon trainers and Pokemon live together and battle only for recreation and for partnership, where we learn from each other. Like inside that Pokeball,
How do you know anything about this ball?
because I was the one who helped make it.
That's big news.
I'm a trainer. Like I can't do a perception check on this, right?
You
Like,
can.
I
You can look at her and try to like feel out how she's feeling and stuff like that. I would say that you're used to having to lie your way out of situations
Okay.
and stuff like that, so you can pick up extra stuff.
No. That's a double.
Oh yeah, roll it again.
Jeez, that's another double.
No.
So 9 total.
Yeah,
if we're just
she
into-
seems legit. She seems like she's genuinely concerned. She's like, I don't have much time because, and then there is the sound of moving vehicles. A Pokemon will rush into the space. It's a Charmander that will sort of like rush in through the front door of the house and very loudly say, "They're here! They're here!"
I'm gonna immediately shoot water gun towards the Charmander.
Really?
Wait, is that them breaking in or is that them?
No, it's
Okay,
just a,
then I'm gonna push him out of the way and I'm gonna use Ice Beam and I'm gonna like cover the door in ice.
okay. She freaks out when he says they're here, they're here. You're able to hear him as well. She will go over to the window and start taking Pokeballs from random parts of the room and opening them, throwing them out the window. And out front of the house is just Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon, and they all sort of take up positions, spreading themselves around the house, forming this perimeter.
What are you doing? Why are you throwing all these Pokemon out?
Because they found me. Because they're here for you. They're here for that. Inside that Pokeball is a legendary hero.
How do you know I have it?
Huh? Because you're the only one that's supposed to have it.
What does that mean?
Because she goes over to the wall and she shows you this picture. And on the picture is two people that you don't recognize. It's a boy with a red cap and it's backwards, and it's a girl wearing a yellow shirt. And it's you.
And the girl shirt?
No. the third guy in the picture.
Whoa.
Dark skin, dark hair, like it's like. And she was just like, listen, I know this is hard to believe, but like that's you. He goes by a different name in this other world, in this other realm, but you guys always manage to find each other, and you found him.
Wait, I found him?
You found Ash.
He's in the Pokeball?
They wanted to know if it was possible. And in life finds a way in the Pokeball, like, yes, but they wanted to know if a person could be trapped in there, and so we have to get him out.
Do it.
I want to be the
Alright, I still have my coin. Okay.
She goes over and she goes, "Oh my God, you're gorgeous!" And she picks you up and she starts petting her nervously as you hear the trucks and things start pulling up.
Can we, as Pokemon, have heard of this legendary trainer?
You know what? Give me a roll. Roll frickin' high. And I would say
What am
each
I
of you
rolling?
can roll 2d6 unless you could figure out a way why Ditto would know about a legendary. Why Ditto would know about this legendary
legendary
trainer.
Pokemon. Yes, for me, but I don't think legendary trainer.
I don't think you would.
No.
You would learn. You would know about Pokemon, but give me a
That's it.
reason why.
for trainers.
I don't think you would.
No,
I
that's
feel
not.
like-
I don't think you
that's
would.
not my
I wouldn't
personality
know
type either.
anything.
Ditto has had to come across a lot of Pokemon
Okay.
in order to be able to duplicate them.
Yeah.
She has had many conversations with Pokemon.
Okay.
Many of them talked about this legendary trainer from lives past.
Okay. Give me a roll then. Add 3. Roll that again.
So is it you do that one instead of the last
you
one?
add
No,
it.
you add that to the total. So 12, 5, 17, 20.
Wow. Wow, good job.
Yeah, you know.
Wow.
You've heard it. It's whispered about. He's not around in this realm. He's not around in this realm, but there's whispers that he's coming back. That one day he's coming back and he's going to change everything.
So you're telling me that Ash Ketchum is in this Pokeball?
That's what I'm telling you.
What? This is crazy. What are you gonna do with it? Like, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna send him?
I'm gonna send him back to the beginning, back to this world before Team Rocket was able to do any of this. That's what that is. And she shows you where like the little portal is set up.
You're gonna change time?
I'm gonna change time.
Wait, so we're all gonna be obsolete?
I mean, yes, but the world will be better.
But you're gonna kill every single creature that exists. All those Pokemon outside, you're gonna kill them. Like they're gonna be obsolete, like they never
But this
existed.
is no way to live with.
But you
Rocket
can't play
technology.
with time travel like that. You can't just eliminate people because you're upset with your.
Give me a persuasion.
Is there a Bulbasaur?
7, 8.
She, there is not a Bulbasaur or Blastoise. There is a Squirtle in the room. Another one other than you, but he's not wearing sunglasses.
I was about to say, have you given him sunglasses yet?
She goes, "I'm sorry. The needs of this world outweigh the needs of all of us."
I can't give you this Pokeball yet. Like I need to talk to you guys.
What if
like
what if you all went?
to the past?
What if all of you went?
To
He's gonna need somebody to be his friend, to show him the ropes. You just have to pretend like none of this ever happened.
What about you? You're gonna be non-existent. Like you're not. Gonna
That's a
exist.
price I'm willing to take.
Ditto's gonna shift into Pikachu
Okay.
and go up to him. Can I have the Pokeball?
No. Nope. No one can have this Pokeball. Nope. Nope.
You hear a
I wanna
sound
talk-
from outside the house, and it comes over a loudspeaker, and
Nope.
it seems to echo. And it's like, well, hello there. It seems we found your. Yeah, I know. Now you found my secret that Cheshire is based off of Jesse J. We're here because we hear you have a Pokeball that we so desperately want. Isn't that right? Yes, that's right. Meow.
Okay, I vote we talk just Pokemon.
Well, they're here now, so it's gonna.
Guys,
Well,
we either
but-
die
but-
here or we go back to the beginning and do it all
Well,
again.
no, I gotta
think-
talk to you about that, right? Like, because you can't hear what she's saying.
She goes. Take however long you need.
Like,
This
so I
is-
want to
this
huddle
is
with
the right
you guys.
choice. So
this isn't just like something
You guys
I wanna...
huddle up. She takes the remaining Pokemon that are in the room and tries to like bust through the door, and then she can't, and then she just kind of goes out the window.
Makes
And you hear the sounds of battle as this group of Pokemon starts defending the forces of Team Rocket that are swarming the house, with the 4 of you huddled up having a conversation.
And I'm assuming that we all know the gravity of the situation.
You
Because we're
all
in the world.
fully understand the gravity of the
Okay,
situation.
so I have to say something to all of you. All right, I have not been fully honest with you. I left Team Rocket.
I'm just gonna walk over and grab the Pokeball that has the M on
Nope,
it. and
nope,
just
nope, nope.
Grab the sunglasses
Oh,
off
alright.
it.
You think he's going to go for the Pokeball, and you're like, no.
So
Put them on.
listen, I am not of them. I don't have the same morality as them. I don't believe in what they believe in.
Then
I
why
ran
don't
away
you
from
let
them.
this person go?
That's not the issue. You need to understand. We will all die.
You're
like
being
we will.
selfish.
You should be just like this.
Team Rocket's outside. We're all gonna die anyways.
That's not true. We can
Yes.
defend ourselves. We can.
If you're so worried
Protect.
about what's going to happen to the Pokemon after this, then you really are not thinking clearly. What you're doing is allowing us to die. Yes, Ditto is very aggressive.
Okay, I just want it to be known, though, that Ditto is still in Ditto form, so it's this, like, you should really be very good. Like, you're the smallest of all the Pokemon.
Oh, I thought I switched into Pikachu.
Oh, you're back
Yeah.
at Pika. So you're hearing Pika, Pika?
So let's just take a vote then. I will. You guys have been with me since I have deterred. You've trusted me. I'm gonna trust you right now. All of you get a vote. All of you get a say right now. If all of you say that we are willing to die, to give up our life for this moment and change all of reality. If you're okay with that and you don't care and you've given up on everything that you've created for yourself in this life, and then I'm right there with you. I will hand over the Pokeball to her, and that's it. And we can huddle in a little corner, and we can dissolve into dust together.
Haunter raises his hand and says, I vote we stay and fight.
That's one.
Wow.
We lived in the world with Team Rocket. We don't know anything other than what.
But my
it
point
wasn't
is,
fun.
but
I
what I'm trying to
didn't
say is,
like
it won't matter. You won't exist. You will be non-existent.
But
We're non-existent either way. What you're saying right now is we be selfish and die here at the hands of Team Rocket, or we go back and give the Pokemon out there who are living in fear of Team Rocket a fighting chance with somebody who loves them.
Pika, Pika, Pika. Hunter looks over at you and says, like, yeah, but I'd rather go out fighting than just dissolving into nothing.
It's up
Squirtle's
to
gonna be like, fight! It's gonna be all excited.
2 for fight.
That's 2 for fight.
No.
No. Save the world.
Save the world.
That means the deciding vote comes down to the trainer.
All right.
The
Do you really want to watch us all die fighting?
Do you really want to watch us all die in front of each other?
How about this? As you're having this conversation, you're feeling the battle come to an end as the Pokeballs are sort of capturing these Pokemon outside of the space. The ball at your belt, shakes a little bit.
Crap.
Do I notice this?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run over to him like,
look at.
No, not the broken one.
oh yeah, the Mewtwo one, the one with the M on it.
Yeah.
If I'm noticing, I just want to play like,
Look at.
The professor's still in the room?
No, she's out.
She's outside the
She's
room?
using her last bit of energy to hold them back to give you guys the choice to make.
She didn't say we die. She said we reset.
That means we get another
That's
chance.
risk.
Another chance.
All right. I don't want them to see it. I take a Pokeball
Okay.
and I throw it through the portal. Only you and I know this because you're the DM.
Text me.
Yeah.
Text me which Pokeball you throw through the portal.
Now remember, I marked one.
You did. However, I think he throws one through, and then something major is going to happen.
I didn't say her number.
That's okay. That's okay. Facebook message. Do you have
Okay.
Facebook? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys watch. There is a do-do, as you're listening to your heartbeat. It's the do-do, and the trainer that has been with you through the whole thing sort of makes eye contact with each of you. Shares a private moment with each of you as each of you face oblivion, and he reaches down to decide one filled with unimaginable dark power and one filled with a possible salvation for this world, and chucks it through the portal. As the ball flies through the portal, there is an explosion of energy. Ripples of energy blast outward, scattering and stopping the battle that is happening outside as the energy surrounding the portal dissipates. And we watch as time resets. A boy by the name of Ash Ketchum sets out on an epic adventure, running into friends along the way. Brock, you are now called by a different name, but it is still very much you. And you, there are sometimes at night where you'll have faint dreams of a different place and a different time with different friends at your side. However, based on your kindness and based on the act that you gave, hand me your coin. The Pokemon that you caught was one of unimaginable power. And while it did not have the ability to sort of affect the world or change the world, it was able to do one small thing. And it was to tie the silver threads of fate in such a way that in this world, in this universe, even though you don't remember, you wind up catching a mouthy Ditto that you seem very close to and always seems to walk beside you. You catch a Squirtle that's constantly wearing sunglasses, and like a true friend, you have one that walks beside you and the Squirtle walks in front of you, wanting to take the hit for you before you take it. And the most beautiful, shiny Eevee you've ever seen in your life.
In real life, too.
And in real life, too. And your adventures continue in a world untouched by Team Rocket as the legendary hero rises and makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Dang, dude.
You're welcome.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as we played a game of Fandomonium, that story went so many amazingly awesome, fantastical, crazy places. If you have stuck around this long, please give us a little like or follow up in the top. We love you guys. Feel free to subscribe. We will continue to tell stories, and like before, there is always a spot at the table for you with some snacks and some Pokemon waiting for you. So thank you, Squirtle. Thank you, Eevee. Thank you, Ditto.
Ditto.
And thank you, Legendary Hero.
That's me.
We love you guys. Indigo Connect. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.